Loyalists to Biden are still attempting to engage in the same smear tactics. So I want to go to the final video here. This is Ana Navarro on The View today. Watch.
For the last 8 days, it feels to me, I have seen nothing but breathless reporting. It almost feels like media malpractice of them trying to...
Okay, everybody, fasten your seatbelts because nobody anticipated Ana Kasparian's recent outburst. Following their most recent insane defense of Joe Biden, Ana Navarro and the team at The View get destroyed by Ana in one of the most unrepentant takedowns we've seen in a long time. We're talking about Ana Navarro actually stating that she doesn't give a damn if Biden fucks up. She did say that, after all. Ana was not amenable to it either. We're dissecting how Ana exposed the obvious hypocrisy in the media, stoked, the woke nonsense, and shown how out of touch these so-called progressive pundits actually are today. You don't want to miss this, I promise. Let's get started.
I'm having a difficult time understanding that if you want to make the case that Trump shouldn't be the president, then you'd want the strongest possible Democrat to run against Donald Trump. Someone who is displaying just these jarring signs of cognitive decline, mental decline, is not the best candidate to run against Donald Trump.
He's going to try to hide the rest of the campaign.
He's going to try to hide, okay? And look, their tactics unfortunately worked back in 2020. I don't think it's going to work this time around.
There's no chances.
And by the way, loyalists to Biden are still attempting to engage in the same smear tactics. So I want to go to the final video here. This is Ana Navarro on The View today. Watch.
For the last 8 days, it feels to me, I have seen nothing but breathless reporting. It almost feels like media malpractice of them trying to score the winning goal against Biden. Who can have the gotcha moment? They've been splicing, dicing, cubing everything he says, putting on a microscopic slide, and then looking at it under all sorts of magnifying glasses. Look. Joe Biden is the nominee. He is the human being standing between us and Donald Trump. I think Democrats need to stop making the case against Joe Biden and start making the case against Donald Trump.
Are they having a difficult time understanding that if you want to make the case that Trump shouldn't be the president, then you'd want the strongest possible Democrat to run against Donald Trump? Someone who is displaying just these jarring signs of cognitive decline, mental decline, is not the best candidate to run against Donald Trump.
The foundation of Ana Kasparian's scathing criticism of Joe Biden is the president's obvious cognitive decline, an unpleasant reality that many in the Democratic establishment are hesitant to face. She highlights his obvious mental errors and makes the case that it is a strategic error to choose a candidate who shows such evidence of diminishing competence, particularly when up against a political rival as strong and unyielding as Donald Trump. Voters would not ignore Biden's difficulties, according to Kasparian, and it would be dishonest and politically terrible to ignore valid worries about his mental health. She believes that the Democratic Party's chances of putting up a strong fight in the upcoming election are diminished if this truth is ignored. When Kasparian discusses the function of liberal mainstream media, it is clear that she is frustrated. People like Whoopi Goldberg, Joy Behar, and Ana Navarro, as well as shows like The View, are singled out for their unrelenting support of Biden in the face of growing evidence of his shortcomings. She argues that these media institutions have essentially turned into extensions of the Biden campaign and are unable to provide frank analysis or impartial criticism. She contends that rather than a dedication to journalistic honesty, their steadfast allegiance to establishment politics is the reason behind their unwillingness to challenge Biden's leadership. According to her, this underserves and misinforms the American public, which exacerbates voter disenchantment among those who want for authenticity.
Because this cover-up has been going on so long that it wasn't until the debate that people finally woke up to the reality, okay? Way late in the game, I get it.
It's because they're the people who tricked you.
Exactly.
They were the ones driving the getaway car. So they're all friends with him. You know, Whoopi Goldberg on that same show today said, I don't care if Joe Biden poops his pants and can't function at all.
Then let's not have a president at all.
But
if the role of the president of the United States is really that useless, then we shouldn't even have an executive branch. We shouldn't have an executive. We should not have a president of the United States. If it's that useless, if it's that worthless.
And you're getting to one of the points I wanted to make. Number one, you're not gonna win an election if you say our guy's gonna poop his pants every day, but don't worry, vote for him anyway.
Insane.
If you can't see that that's not going to win the election, you're purposely blind or a blithering idiot. And I don't think they're idiots. They're purposely blind because they're part of this, right? So, but the second point is, there are two main planks in this election are Donald Trump's a liar, but now we see Joe Biden lying about his mental health, obviously, when 8 out of 10 Americans think he's not mentally healthy enough. And then when they double down on that lie, what they're saying to 8 out of 10 Americans, the people who are going to decide this election, is, oh yeah, we think you're idiots. We think you're seeing it wrong. No, he's perfectly healthy and young. It's your fault for seeing it that way.
You're helping Trump. You're helping Trump.
Do you think that's a winning strategy? Okay, but last one is to the point that Anna was making. It's a really good point. Because think about it. Their second big talking for the point for the election is democracy's on the line. But now they're saying, who cares if the president functions or not? We're gonna have the same government either way. So wait, do we have a democracy or don't we have a democracy? And I thought you cared about democracy. And now you're saying, I don't mind if the president's a vegetable because we don't really have a democracy anyway. It is devastating. It is hypocrisy like I've never seen before, and I've seen them be massively hypocritical before.
According to Kasparian's analysis, the Democratic Party's present strategy has made a crucial error by refusing to break with Biden in spite of obvious weaknesses. She claims that party faithful are putting short-term unity ahead of long-term viability through self-destructive denial. In addition to running the risk of losing the election, Kasparian claims that Democratic leaders are alienating an increasing number of voters who are calling for change by sticking with Biden without question. She cautions that if the party doesn't take into account workable alternatives in a timely manner, their stubbornness may give Donald Trump a clear and definitive route back to the president. The glaring disparity between Joe Biden and Donald. Trump's media treatment is among Kasparian's most incisive observations. She contends that Biden is strangely exempt from the same kind of unrelenting, frequently harsh criticism that Trump endured while in office, scrutiny that examined every gaffe, soundbite, and tweet. Kasparian notes that the same media outlets that held Trump to an uncompromising standard are making excuses or dismissing him outright for his blatant gaffes, physical weakness, and policy failures. She contends that the public's confidence in media organizations that profess to support accountability is damaged by this selective outrage, which is blatantly hypocritical.
So this is the core of the most establishment media in the country going, we don't care, we're still gonna lie to you, and we're still gonna pretend that Biden's fine, and we think you're a bunch of suckers, and that you'll believe it. And at the end, you'll vote for our guy, even if you guys don't think that he's mentally healthy enough.
Wrong again, Bob.
Yeah, you're wrong. And all of you, all those people who are defending Biden now in media, you're all guilty. When Donald Trump wins in a landslide that's gonna give him a mandate to totally destroy this government, we're gonna play those tapes over and over and over again. I'm going to humiliate every single person in mainstream media that said Biden should be the candidate until they're driven from the airwaves and live the rest of their lives in deep shame for what they've done.
The consequences of ignoring Biden's cognitive impairment are thoroughly examined in Anna Kasparian's most recent post. She contends that discounting the president's mental health diminishes the presidency itself and calls into question the legitimacy of American democracy. Accepting ineptitude at this level, according to Kasparian, creates a risky precedent that undermines public confidence and downplays the office's duties. Her criticisms, which distance her from the orthodoxy of liberal media, reveal a growing disenchantment with what she refers to as woke nonsense and the homogeneity of leftist politics. Despite criticism, especially from her co-host and audience, Kasparian is adamant about questioning narratives and putting unpopular facts ahead of popularity.